Ever hit send on your tax return and then immediately thought, "Oh no, did I get that right?" It is a common feeling to realize you might have overlooked something, or maybe a new tax document showed up after you already filed. When that happens, your first thought is probably, "Can I just go back online and fix it?" Well, when it comes to amending your federal tax return, for most situations, the answer is a straightforward no. You cannot simply e-file it like your original return. The Internal Revenue Service, or IRS, traditionally requires amended federal returns to be filed on paper. However, there is a very important and growing exception to this rule. If you are amending your tax return for the current tax year or the previous tax year, you might be able to e-file Form 1040X, which is the amended U.S. individual income tax return. This approach is not just about old-fashioned paperwork. The IRS systems were originally built with original filings in mind, where the data is new and straightforward. Amended returns, on the other hand, are about changing existing data, which is a much more complex process to integrate digitally without creating potential errors or discrepancies. The IRS has been making significant strides in modernizing its systems, which is why the option to e-file Form 1040X for recent years has been introduced. This digital filing option streamlines the process for those newer returns. But for tax years further in the past, the paper system ensures each correction is carefully reviewed against the original filing, maintaining the integrity of your tax record. So, if you discover a mistake, here is your game plan. First, if your amendment is for the current tax year or the previous tax year, definitely check with your tax software provider or your trusted tax professional. Many popular tax software programs now fully support the e-filing of Form 1040X for these specific recent years. If e-filing is not an option for your situation, perhaps because it is an older tax year, or your software does not support it, then you will need to fill out Form 1040X manually, print it, and mail it to the IRS. Always remember to include any necessary supporting documents, such as revised W-2 forms or 1099 forms, if they are relevant to the changes you are making. Here is an important insider detail. Form 1040X is incredibly versatile. It is not exclusively for amending a Form 1040. You can use it to correct most individual income tax returns, including Forms 1040A and 1040EZ, should you have filed those in the past. Another key point to keep in mind is patience. Once you have submitted your amended return, especially if you mail it, processing can take a significant amount of time. The IRS typically advises allowing up to 16 weeks, or sometimes even longer, for an amended return to be fully processed. You can easily track the status of your mailed amended return by using the IRS tool called "Where is my amended return?" online, usually starting about 3 weeks after you have sent it in. Ultimately, understanding the specific procedures for amending your tax return, whether you are able to use the e-file option for recent years, or if you need to mail a paper from 4 older ones, is a vital part of managing your financial life. This knowledge empowers you to confidently correct any oversights, ensuring your tax records are always accurate and compliant with IRS regulations. It is all about giving you that valuable peace of mind, knowing your tax situation is handled correctly.